Hello, welcome back to another one of Paul's beer reviews. Hope you're doing well today. I've got a pastry stout for you, and it's a tiramisu pastry stout. This one is from London Beer Factory, and I say it's a can of their Zia or Zaya, not 100% sure on the pronunciation. But yeah, described as a tiramisu pastry stout. This bad boy is coming in at 9.2% ABV. This I picked up for £3, and it is in my local Tesco, part of their new range. What does it say about this one? London Beer Factory, obviously in southeast London. What's it say? Zia, a decadent stout modelled after the famed Italian dessert. Luscious mocha coffee aromas rise straight from the glass. Drinking, a velvety, creamy body supported by rich roasted barley, backed by adjunct sweetness and roasted chocolate malts. A digestivo dessert and coffee in one. 440ml can, 9.2% ABV. It has Golden Promise malts, dark crystal malts. It also has oats, chocolate and roasted barley. Vermont yeast in it. Ingredients: water, malted barley, oats, hops and yeast. Yeah, it sounds lovely. It looks lovely. I like the artwork on the can. They've kind of gone for that black with gold writing. Similar to the Sweet Temptation by Vocation, which was very nice. So I'm hoping for the same here, really. London Beer Factory, they have their big 360 can openers. So I open this and the whole thing comes off. Let's see if this 9.2% ABV tiramisu pastry stout is any good. I really hope so. Oh, lovely coffee aroma on that one. Let's get a look at the pour. Oh wow, that's pouring beautifully already. It's developing a nice sort of creamy head to it. Does look good. Does look good indeed. Can hear the carbonation on that one. Let's see if I can see it. It's really dark. There is the slightest, and I do mean the slightest bit of red bleeding through at the very bottom of the glass, but other than that, that's really dark. And even the head itself, that's a really tanned, creamy looking head. It's thin though, it's half a finger. Tan looking, creamy looking white head. Nice bit of lacing on the glass there as I wrap it round. Carbonation has really died down now. Not much fizzing away at the top of that one. Let's get a proper aroma. And it's biscuity malt. There's a proper... Oh, it really does smell nice. It's like a coffee. Coffee and biscuits. Coffee and digestive kind of aroma to it. And there's a vanilla in there as well. A nice creaminess to it. It's gentle. It's a subtle sweetness, but it's biscuity. It's creamy. There's lots of coffee. Really does smell nice. Really inviting. I'm going to get stuck in. Cheers, guys. All the flavour to this one's right at the front of the palate. It's a very short flavour as well. As soon as it hits your tongue, all the flavours there, bang, right at the beginning. There's that vanilla, there's that biscuity malt, there's chocolate, coffee, subtle sort of dark fruit sweetness in there as well. There's a lot going on, but it's over really quickly. you're left with that kind of roasted malt, roasted coffee malt. But there's absolutely nothing on the back end to this one, which is unusual. The flavour is all at the front of the palate. There's just a big rush of coffee, subtle dark fruit sweetness, vanilla, chocolate malts. It all comes at you really quickly. And then as that carbonation rush comes up, it all kind of combines together, and then as it dies down, you're just left with the sort of roasted coffee malt finish to it. But it's gone really quickly. By the time it kind of gets all the way down to the back of your palate, there's nothing left. It's actually really nice, but it's really short. It's really short-lived, and because of that, this beer is going to be quite forgettable, I think. At least for me. Can't speak for anyone else, obviously, but it's got a lovely aroma. I'm not getting any of that 9.2% ABV. I'm really not. I expected a bit of a boozy kick, something at the end, but there's nothing there. It's really short, but very sweet. I've got to say, it's very tasty. Really full-bodied, really coats the palate. Carbonation on this is very gentle, as you'd expect, but it's biscuit, coffee, chocolate, dark fruit, and no boozy kick. When you have a tiramisu, it's the actual dessert. It's all about the cream, and it's all about that coffee, and then there's always a boozy kick at the end. I'm not getting that with the beer, which is unusual because it's a 9.2% ABV beer. Excuse me, and I'm not even getting any warmth from that alcohol either. I'm not feeling anything. Not yet, anyway. I know sometimes it kind of, these beers can creep up on you, but I really expected a bit more complexity to this one. I think I'm a little bit disappointed in that lack of a finish, that lack of complexity, that lack of booziness. I expected a bit more of a genuine tiramisu flavour to it. It's got all the biscuit and the coffee, and there's a bit of chocolate in there, but it needs that little boozy kick to it, and this one just doesn't have it. Is it now starting to develop? Maybe. Now it's been in the glass a little bit. Maybe the beer is opening up a bit. Hard to pick up. There's almost like a red tinge to the head on this. I'm not sure the camera's picking that up. I don't think it is. But it's almost like a very subtle, almost pinky kind of hue to the head on it. It's really enjoyable. It's really enjoyable. It's really tasty. But it's just short-lived. Straight away there's a biscuity malt. Unmistakably biscuity malt. Milky coffee. Milk chocolate. There's a little bit of dark fruit there. Almost like a subtle... Almost like a subtle kind of cherry touch to it. And you're just waiting for the booze, and it just doesn't come. I mean, I've drunk a fair bit of it now. I'm still not getting the warmth. I'm still not getting any of that 9.2%. It's masked incredibly well. I know sometimes you feel like you need to commend brewers for masking the alcohol and hiding the alcohol. This one I would have liked to have tasted it. This one I would have liked to have experienced it. I expected it with a tiramisu beer, you know. It's a lovely pastry stout. It's a lovely dessert beer. But I'm not sure it quite does the name tiramisu justice, if I'm being brutally honest. Oh, but straight away it's just creamy, chocolatey coffee, milky coffee, lovely subtle sweetness to it. It's really nice, but once you get that initial flavour and that carbonation rush comes, and it's all about that carbonation, and it dies down again. There's not a lot on the back end. There's not a lot to remember it by. It's all at the front. As soon as it hits your tongue, bang, there's all the flavour. And you have to kind of try and take it all in very quickly. At least that's what I'm getting. And then once that carbonation dies down, there's not a lot else to pick up on. My tongue, palate's not picking up anything. After that, it's all smash, bash, wallop right at the front, and then game over. But what you do get is pleasant. It's just a bit short-lived. And still, even now, I'm still waiting for the warmth to build up. I'm just not getting it. 9.2% ABV, and I'm not getting any of it. I can't help but feel a little bit disappointed. As tasty as it is, it's really short-lived, and there's no booze on it. There's no boozy kick that you'd expect from a tiramisu. London Beer Factory. It's another really nicely presented beer from them. It just fails to back itself up for me. It is pleasant though, and I'm going to enjoy drinking the rest of it. But it's, considering the stouts that I've picked up lately from, Morrison's for example. I had the North Star, the Northern Monk stout, and that was stunning. I had the Omnipollo one, which was out of this world. I've had some really nice stouts lately, and this one just doesn't touch it. It doesn't get close. It's nice, but it's just too short-lived, which is a shame. Zia from London Beer Factory, their tiramisu pastry stout. I'm going to give that... What do I give that? I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. It's a very nice tasting beer, but it's just too short-lived. That's all I can say, really. It's just not enough going on with it to be considered a really good one. But it's £3 a can in Tesco's if you fancy trying it. It's certainly tasty. It's certainly not unpleasant. Just not enough complexity, not enough going on with it for it to be a really, really good pastry stout. So 6 out of 10 for that one. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Give it a thumbs up if you have. Until my next one, you take care.